What? I'm sorry. I'm looking at you like in the mirror. Oh my god.
I feel like a teacher. I'll wait.
Oh my god. They're always like that.
Fight!
Hey guys, so as you can see, I'm obviously not alone today. I brought the infamous Jordy from my last video that I was talking about.
Hi.
The high school video and the vlog video I did with him in it, there's actually his speeches that are in the description, so you can go and watch and like subscribe to him because he's gonna start doing YouTube videos.
Yes.
And he's a very interesting and it's worth a subscribe. So today we're gonna be talking about middle school. For some of us, it was not the best place rather than others.
Yeah.
And if you guys remember, if you watched my whole surviving high school video, you guys will know that I said that I would get him over here and we would do a video so that way he could tell you guys his story and stuff like that. So he's finally here.
Middle school was like the worst for me. It was just literally just a bunch of bullies. And it was harsh, especially in 6th grade. Because when I was in 6th grade, I was very, I don't want to say, yeah, I'll say it. I was quiet. I was shy. I kept to myself literally most of the time. And because of that, I felt like I was an easy target. Like, I was such an easy target for bullying. And like I said, it happened so often, very often, really. They would make fun of me for the clothes that I wore, for like the things I love to read, because I was a huge fan, or I still am a huge fan of like Naruto. And for those who don't know like what that is, it's like an anime. And they would make books out of it, and they're called manga. They would make fun of me just for reading manga, and just like a bunch of other things, just for every little thing I did, I was made fun of. For walking a certain way, I was made fun of. Speaking a certain way, I was made fun of. Back to just for things that I liked. For any little thing, I was made fun of. And sometimes, sadly, some of those people, Kyla knew. One person in particular, I won't say his name, mainly because I kind of forgot his name. But he was a major threat to me. He was such a bully. There was one instance where, inside of the locker room, and I was sitting sort of like in the back where there was nobody, and I was waiting to go to my next class, so I was just like sitting right there in the back, reading my Naruto book. The kid that Kyla knew, walked up to me, because I guess his class was like right after mine. He walked up to me, and he was just like making fun of like the book that I was reading. And he was like,
"Oh shit, is that Naruto? Damn."
He was making fun of like the aspects of the show and the book, the manga. And he grabbed my book and he was like looking at it and like making fun of it, and he dropped it like hard, like on me, like on my lap. It really bothered me because, again, like, you're making fun of something that I really cared about. And once again, that wasn't just one instance. There were so many instances where he would constantly make fun of me. He would call me D-cup. It would be so like harsh because I didn't know what it was. I mean, I was in 6th grade and I don't know what the hell a D-cup was. So I didn't really understand what he was trying to tell me. I went home that day when I first heard him tell me that, and I asked my brother, what is a D-cup? And he was like, it's like a bra size or like a boob size. And I was like, oh. Like, I really felt like awkward because not only was he saying that to me, he convinced his other friends to also say that to me too. Like a bunch of them. And he had a lot of friends. So a lot of them were just calling me D-cup on a daily basis. Even people that I knew like on a sort of a friendship level would make fun of me. In that same reading class, there was a girl. I was wearing some tight jeans that day. They looked nice on me. I don't think they look great. Like they filled me out, but not like too like strangely. They were nice. She literally looks at me, and she goes,
"Why are you wearing those tight pants? Are you a girl?"
Like, but like, I mean, that doesn't even sound that like mean, but in the most snarkiest way. And like, we were kind of friends, so she said it with like she said it in the worst possible way. Like, in the most harshest way you can imagine someone making fun of your pants. That's how she said it. So that kind of caught me off guard. And then and even that day, when she made fun of my pants, she kept doing it to her friend next to her. So I was like, what are you doing? Like, we're cool. So why are you kind of making fun of my pants? Kyla was also in middle school with me, but I never really talked to her.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you guys should know is that we were actually started to become friends and start to know each other in junior year. We first met each other officially in sophomore year in our English class, but it wasn't until junior year where we started actually talking more, and then senior year where we became closer. But we did grow up together from middle school all the way to high school. And one thing I want you guys to know is that I was never there when he was getting bullied.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that the people that I was friends with were bullying him.
Yeah. No, because I would have really known, and I would have remembered if Kyla was there. Like, Kyla was never, like, there. She was never there, like, on the sidelines, listening to me getting bullied. Like, she was never there. So when she told me that she was friends with, like, a lot of these people, I was caught off guard. I was like, are you kidding me?
Both of us were caught off guard because I'm like, wait, so-and-so used to bully you? And he'd be like, yeah, it was like, and he would just tell me his story, and I'd be like, that's weird because whenever we were hanging out, they wouldn't seem like that kind of person.
Yeah.
So it just kind of sucks to hear that the people that you used to hang out with and you used to call your friends is over here kind of like behind your back because you didn't know what would happen, is bullying somebody who ended up becoming one of your closest friends.
Yeah.
So it kind of like sucked to hear that part.
Yeah, like it was strange. It was strange knowing that, like I said, you were friends with like these people, especially when like how Kyla is, it didn't register in my mind that she would be friends with like these assholes. You know what I mean? So it really did, again, like we said, it really did catch us off guard because that kid was just harsh. Like, he was your typical bully that you see in movies, that you see in, that you read in books, that you watch in television shows. He was that bully. So that's why I did feel some type of way knowing that I had a bully like that. I did go home sometimes and like tear up a bit because it was just constant bullying. And then for him to have a lot of his friends do the same thing, it was just harsh. It was really harsh,
And one thing that you guys should understand is that the middle school that we go to, even if you tell an adult that something's happening, a lot of the time, almost 100% of the time, absolutely nothing will get done.
Yeah.
Like, our middle school was one of the worst middle schools in Vegas.
Yeah.
It still is today.
It honestly was. Middle school was just the worst. You can make fun of me. I tear up here and there if it's really intense, but at the end of the day, I just laugh it off, whatever. But sometimes it gets intense. It really does get intense. And then you see some of these, like, kids or whatever, and teens who really get bullied, like, even more than I did, and they end up doing something that, something, like, intense, like killing themselves, or just, like, hurting themselves. And it's like, it really does suck because bullies really do have an influence on these kids. And what are teachers doing? Like, what are teachers honestly doing about it? Like, nothing. And that's what really just, like, puts a strain in my mind, like, that something like this could happen again. And it does happen again, over and over and over. People get bullied. Kids get bullied. Teens get bullied. But what are the, teachers and principals and advisors gonna do? Honestly, what are they gonna do? So that's why I really hate it. It was just that. Nobody did anything.
I guess one of the main points in this video, besides just hearing Jordy's story, is that if you bully, you're legit, like, a horrible person.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird coming from me because I was never bullied, ever. And for me personally, it sucks to hear his stories because, I hear almost all his stories. He's told me them before, and it just sucks because it's like, I've gone through a high school career without getting bullied, and I don't know what it's like. So when I hear somebody that I'm close to, and they mean a lot to me, when I hear that they got bullied, legit from when they started school to when they finished high school, every single year they were just getting bullied. It just sucks to know that they had to live that life. They had to live a harder life than I did, going through school and like worrying about like, oh, they're gonna make fun of my pants, they're gonna make fun of my shoes, they're gonna make fun of my haircut, they're gonna make fun of anything that I do. It just sucks because I'm like, I can't imagine my own school career just being like that, like being a target and knowing that you're a target.
Yeah. Because
I've never went through that. So some of you guys might say like, oh, well, since you don't know, you can't really say anything about it. But it's like, even though it didn't affect me personally, now it does now because like I called those people my friends. And that sucks because he knows like, oh yeah, you used to hang out with them. And like he said earlier, I don't seem like the type to hang out with those people.
She really didn't. She really didn't. That's what just like, again, I'm repeating the same thing. It caught me off guard. It really did when she told me she was friends with like hella people who would make fun of me. And let me say something too, because I think you brought up this point earlier. I was made fun of from kindergarten to freaking senior year of high school. Even teachers made fun of me.
So if you guys like the video, make sure you check back tomorrow. And tomorrow we will be talking about our high school years together.
Yeah.
And how that went.
It's, a lot of things happened.
I'm sorry, I was thinking of stuff that like didn't involve me and you, but like the school itself with like all the like teachers and student affiliations.
Oh my gosh.
There was so much.
There was a lot.
There was surprisingly so much. But yeah, if you guys are interested in that, make sure you guys come back tomorrow. I will upload that for sure. And Jordy,
please do.
Jordy will be here.
Yes.
All his links for all his social media that he still has will be in the description. So make sure you go and you give him a follow, and make sure you go to his YouTube and you subscribe to him for future videos.
Yes.
And then also, if you guys have any suggestions or recommendations, make sure that you comment that down below on here, or you can message me on any social media that I have. You guys just feel free to do that, and I will get to it as soon as possible. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.